I was born happy. I think it's 'cause my nurse said I had a big wiener for a baby. Don't believe me? I have it documented.
True or false, I had a huge wiener when I was born. True or false? I have pictures now to prove it.
You do. You have big balls.
When I was born, I had big balls.
Yes.
Didn't have a lot of friends, but the ones I had were awesome, and they still are. I got punched in the face quite a bit, but I had a dog and a paper route, so not a lot could get me down. We didn't have a TV from my early childhood, but I had a record player and a piano. That's my teacher, Lucinda. She showed me that music doesn't exist on a page. It just is. It's everywhere. She changed my life. Lucinda became Larry in 1991. We are still bros. Larry's wicked supportive. Great dude. My mom taught me most problems come from lack of sleep or not drinking water. She has that cold practicality of her Wisconsin lead mining roots, but she has the warmth of a children's book. She is truly awesome.
Nike's expression is just do it. But if Nike gets depressed, they say, don't it.
My dad's a great dude. He likes puns and giggling. And if he'd just get his fucking knee fixed, he'd be much less grumpy. My brother and I were very close. He always had my back and still does. In high school, I did a few comedy sets in places not conducive to comedy. Yes, that's my shoe as a mic stand. It worked. I was hired by a Renaissance fair to be a heckler. People threw tomatoes at my face for a living. That job taught me everything, and God, I wish I had a picture of it. I know there's one out there. But back then, there were no cell phone cameras, and I was shirtless with no pants and no pockets. In college, I did more stand-up. I got to open for my favorite comedian, Greg Fitzsimmons, and I also got to open for this unheard-of road comic. Barely anyone knew him. His name, Kevin Hart. That's a fucking true story. Pat was my best friend since kindergarten. And we went to LA originally to get away from winter, and then we got more into comedy. I still thought I would eventually go to grad school, but I didn't want to get into more debt.
And then we hit rock bottom in 96. The football team caught us looking at the dicks. Out of the gateway, we just wanted to compare our dicks. Canadian tuxedo, 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 Canadian tuxedo, Canadian speedos, Canadian tuxedo, Canadians and speedos, Canadian tuxedo, Canadian tuxedo.
In LA, we met Nick Swartzen, who ended up being one of our best friends and teaching me more about comedy than anyone.
This is a cop. The wig store was robbed down the street.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
I opened for him for 5 years, and I've gotten drunk with him over 1,000 times. When we were broke, he would literally get us clothes. He's a fucking angel, who may also spit on you and call you Gary for no reason. Opening for Swartzen, I got to meet my all-time hero, Adam Sandler. Sandler told me I was funny, which was insane. Put me in Chuck and Larry, Jack and Jill, The House Bunny. Soon after, I got to go on tour with Jimmy Fallon. We did like 30 shows together. He taught me how powerful it is just to be fucking nice to people. Great dude.
Jimmy caught a foul ball. I was so proud.
Strangers started twisting my nipples because of the movie House Bunny. In that movie, I got my nipples twisted, so people did it. It was super fun at first, then it got less fun. I got chubby, became tight with Steve Byrne, one of my favorite comics, got more chubby, met Vince Vaughn through Byrne, we vibed, got to tour together, got chubbier. I met Kevin, who owns a gym. We became bros. He got me chiseled super fast. I got chiseled. Legend. Turns out I just needed someone to say, bro, you're fucking fat. Why don't you move more? Drink green smoothies. If people kept calling me big boned or a very thin extra large, I'd still be fucking fat. Steve Byrne wrote me into his TV show and we did 3 years together. Some of the best times of my life. Because I'm very tribal. We all are. And we had a tribe. We toured the country together. We worked together. We cried together. We laughed together. We saw the whole world together. Shot guns. Got chased by dogs. Got to work with the best comedians in the business. Mind-blowing. Learned so much. Brian taught us how to fold the tip for your driver and be a gentleman. And Dan taught us how to swing a golf club and that old movies have a lot to offer. Life was good. It was very good. I got to learn from everyone. In comedy, everyone's equal if you're funny. Paul McCartney called me over to his table on a slow Tuesday night at the Improv. He told me what Let It Be was really about. You can't imagine what Let It Be is really about. I'm just kidding about the Let It Be part. But he seriously did call me over and tell me I was funny, which is fucking mind-blowing. I get to do comedy in front of all the kings and the queens of the country.
Who else here is a massive fan of Owen Benjamin now? He's so incredible.
That really happened.
One more time for Martin Scorsese, everybody, huh? How insane is that? I was at the Funny Bone in Cincinnati 2 weeks ago, and now that just happened. That's insane. All right, let's keep rocking.
The week after I performed there, I performed here, in a bar, behind bar taps. Life never changes. And for every flower, there's a lifetime of plowing and watering and weeding. My mom taught me that. Benny always had my back. That's my best bro, Benny. Get a dog. Get a fucking dog. They're awesome. He'd go anywhere with me. I've had some low points in my life, real low, but he never let me eat alone. He'd always hang. He loves peeing on stuff and eating. I'm pretty sure he's a genius. I met Amy. We hit it off immediately, almost too well. This is a picture from our first date. We met walking our dogs on the street. Not at a club, not after a show. Middle of the day, walking our dogs. The chemistry was so intense that it was kind of bad. First year, all we seemed to do was argue, laugh, or fuck. That's it. Wild ride. We both smashed plates a couple times. We annoyed our neighbors. But then we'd have a makeout session soon after. We were constantly in a state of arousal or agitation, or both. We volunteered at a dog rescue, and the first day I insisted we didn't make Sophie go back to the pound. So now we have 3. She won't let us volunteer anymore because I also wanted to bring home Chester. She was right. Chester's fucking huge, but I still think about him. I hope he's doing well. My brother started having kids, and it was awesome. His super intense energy finally made sense. He's one of the only dads I know that isn't exhausted. He fucking loves it. And my nieces are the best. I physically need to visit my brother every few months to be reminded what being a man is actually about. Kill what you eat, at least once in your life, just so you understand the cycle. He does shows too, but way smaller crowds. But they love him more. We're both kind of intense in different ways. He'll go up a giant tree and cut it down, and I'll perform in Cincinnati in front of a bunch of drunk people. I don't know which is scarier. The thing about love is you don't see it coming, even when you are with someone. I thought we were in love, but I didn't know what love was. I know I sound like a dumb 80s song, but it's true. It really is true. I thought I would always be pissed off because some chick was trying to make me something I wasn't, and they should just leave me alone and let me be a fucking legend. And then I realized she had my back, and she was my friend. It's that simple. You just feel that. We moved into a great place together. Life is great when you let someone have your back. We stopped smashing plates and fights. I look forward to staying in with her. Love is in the details. She's smarter and funnier than me, but if you put her on a stage, she'd retreat like a shrimp. I think that's why she doesn't eat shrimp. She relates. I realized that she was my friend, that she was my family. I wanted to spend my life with her. We got married in her town. She made her own dress. It was just our family. It was fucking awesome. We wrote our own vows, didn't need microphones because there's 20 people gathered around to hear. She immediately got pregnant. Actually, she got pregnant while we were just engaged, but in my defense, according to the nurse at my birth, I have a powerful dick and balls. As her belly grew, I was filled with joy, pride, and fear. She's an engineer, smart as fuck, worked hard to get that master's, but really wants to stay home with our son, and I'm all for that. I work as much as I can. I'm a fucking donkey, but the entertainment business is a battle. You never know if a new app will come out, change the whole structure of the business, and then go bankrupt the next day. Fortunately, a microphone and a gathering of people will never change. Ever since the discovery of fire, people like to sit in groups and listen to someone talk. That's called career stability. I started doing a podcast called Why Didn't They Laugh, which is so fun for me. I love science and I love comedy. I get to analyze why my jokes fail and how to make them better. I also do a podcast with a bunch of physicists. Through podcasting, I've got to interview the smartest, funniest people in the world. The writer of The Martian and I debated about whether or not Matt Damon's character rationed his loads when he whacked off on Mars. But now I'm responsible for Amy and our son. If I wasn't scared, I wouldn't be taking life seriously. Oh yeah, I'm also a fucking lunatic. That is me right now, sitting in my car, feeling small, angry, lost, insecure, and I want to punch someone. I want to cry, apologize, threaten, and die at the same time. Why? Why aren't I happy? After everything I just said, working with my heroes, meeting my soulmate, making life with my cock, having dogs, staying hydrated, why am I not happy in this moment right here, right now? Because I just bombed on stage. And bombing fucking sucks. So me and Kevin have been driving in the wrong direction for an hour because my GPS told me to. That's how fucking dumb I am. I put in my address, and I guess there's a similar address in Texas, and I blindly followed it like a dumbass.
For an hour.
My adventure started the way most adventures start, being lost in a desert with a nuclear physicist. That's Kevin P. Hickerson. He has his PhD in nuclear physics from Caltech, debatably the best university in the world for nuclear physics.
It's annoying because you could have a very legitimate reason that you need 60 packets of Sudafed, and they put you on a list just for doing that.
And we're lost in a desert. Why would you need 60 packets
like a really bad cold, and you don't get out much.
How bad's your cold? It's like, I need 1,000 megatons of Sudafed. Like Don Quixote and his trusted companion Sancho Panza, we were chasing windmills. Although I'm not sure who is Don Quixote and who is Sancho Panza. I think we switched roles several times. No, back then, if like there's one dude that just keeps putting his dick in dudes' asses, he would make the whole village sick and they'd fucking die. So same with, I mean, if you think about it, shellfish, fucking pigs, and mixing cheese and meat, it's all bacteria based. The whole fucking, basically the Old Testament was just like one of those employee things of like wash your hands after fucking, you know, like back then, if they had condoms and penicillin, they'd be like, oh no, let's get real gay. Yeah, so Irish people, everyone says Irish people are drunks, but I can't think of a single culture that isn't a drunk. Like Germans have Oktoberfest, you can get beers out of fucking vending machines. Dude, French people drink nonstop. Italians are pounding wine, Asians pounding sake, Russians.
The Russians have banned cosmonauts from bringing any alcohol into space.
They don't trust them.
They don't trust them. It's like, no, you can't have a Russian, like, even though these are like the most well-trained, smartest minds that Russia could produce, they're like you still can't resist the vodka.
That'd be funny though if they discovered another planet because drunk Russians flew a spaceship into it. Like we parked on the driveway, we tried to get the driveway, but we ended up on lawn.
Now they're kind of getting like a little weird because they've gotten so extreme. They're not drinking. in weird situations, like they're forcing you out, like on the, like Putin doesn't drink, which is super fucking weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how you run Russia but not drink, but it's like, that's one of his appeals.
That's why he's so angry and shirtless.
Yeah, he's angry and shirtless, and people see it like as a strength, like, whoa, like fuck, a Russian kid who doesn't drink, like, you know, he just doesn't.
I always assume people that don't drink are closet homosexuals. Because if someone doesn't drink, I feel like they tried to blow a buddy once, and then they were like, I can never drink again. Because every time they drink, they get giggly and touchy. That's from my experience, buddies that like, look, there's a few, one, like recovering people completely understand. People that have alcoholism in their family totally understand. Some people just don't enjoy it at all, and when they're honest about that, I'm like, totally get that. But when people are just like, yeah man, I don't drink, and they're like kind of shifty-eyed, I'm like, yeah, you tried to blow your buddy.
What happens is, to the parent at that moment, they think they're being clever naming their kid.
Right.
Like, you don't want to give your kid too weird a name, like this is Xanther. You know, you don't want to do that. You know, you don't want to sound old, like, you know, from too long ago. So what happens is, it's a blind test to everybody, because nobody knows what the most popular name is going to be at the time. Like Edward is a great example, because of the fucking vampire Edward.
No way.
Yeah, there's like this huge popularity of the name Edward, which can you imagine your mom trying to explain that to you when you're older? But anyway,
Dude, how about in the 1950s in Germany when it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Adolf. We thought it was a good name. Turns out it wasn't.
And everyone's trying to get out of it too. Like, Giselle feels pronounced Adolf.
Sure, someone named their kid Cosby, or like, and now they're just like, his middle name's Cosbay. Like when someone's shamed that deeply, like genocide and serial rape are two of those ones where you're bailing on a name. Like it takes
And
a lot.
hairstyle.
Hairstyle. What,
Yeah,
Hitler's
well,
hairstyle?
Yeah, Hitler's hairstyle. Like, even the fact there's a thing called Hitler haircut, I think is so weird.
Well, the mustache.
The mustache for sure. But
I
even,
actually kind of like the Hitler haircut.
that's-
You kind
it's
of
like-
have a fucking Hitler haircut. I heard that crabs are actually going extinct because there's not enough pubes. I swear to God.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like on the endangered species list. They're gonna be like sharks.
We have to protect
We have
the
to protect the
crabs.
crabs. Every day there's pube deforestation going on, and these poor little crabs have nowhere to live.
The gym at the Senate building.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
No.
Like, we see these guys like arguing all the time, and then it became an issue because as women joined the Senate, they're not allowed in there because, and it got revealed why they're not allowed. It's like, these guys just hang out naked together.
They do?
Yeah. There's like, it's a gym with like hot tubs and shit, and so the women aren't allowed because.
So everyone knows dick size.
Yeah.
Do they keep arguing when they're nude?
I don't think so. I think they get all friendly. Is the other part? It's like, hey Bob, hey.
There's something super gay about the Senate.
Isn't that? I think that's the thing. That's a big part of the undertone there. Just like of course they have to come out and they're like,
That makes a
yeah,
lot of
I'm not
sense.
gay. Just because we hung out in the sauna and we jerked each other off. Like that's politics, man. Somebody mentioned like Biden loves it or something.
Biden loves being nude with the guys.
Yeah, I need to relax. Just
I gotta relax, boys. Take off those pants. I wonder if that gives you more like heat on Capitol Hill if you have a hammer. The desert is a crazy place, and it gives you crazy ideas. I think microdoses should possibly be legal.
I'm gonna start a farm in this otherwise completely unlivable space.
We're gonna make the Sahara Desert a golf course. Oh, there's a water shortage. This is where I want to play golf, goddammit. It's just a disgusting world we've made.
That actually is lethal, like uncontrolled jabbing in your face.
When I was a kid, I used to set fire to shit. I can't believe I didn't kill everyone. Yeah, my brother's wife makes wooden toys.
If you want to stop.
Outlets?
Yeah.
No, I just get to the desert. Somewhere in the desert, I decided I was going to write 60 minutes of material in 7 days of time. Nice. Hey, baby.
Hello.
I love when my wife comes to shows because she is sane and can tell me when I'm not sane.
What's up, man? How are you?
How you doing?
Good.
Oh, you're on the show tonight.
Yeah,
I've seen you before. You're funny as hell.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Owen-
You want to say that
Owen
on
Benjamin,
camera?
right?
Yeah.
What up, camera?
Hi, my name's Owen Benjamin. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I got paid.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Free drinks.
Oh.
I'm a hooker. I'm a hooker. I made people laugh and now they give me money.
I think your joke about the foodie.
Yeah?
Foodie means that you're so affluent that now eating is no longer fuel for work. It's a fun hobby. You ever hear someone say, I'm a foodie? It's like, so you're like, you're a hobbyist. You like to, so what are you good at? They're like, eating. I'm a sleepy. What does that mean? It's like, listen, I'm one of those weird people that, I'm pretty good at closing my eyes and disappearing for a while.
And you're talking about like the sleepy and the orgasmy.
Yeah.
I think you should just throw in like because they're like connoisseurs, you know? It's not
Right.
necessarily that they're like weird, and it's that, like they're connoisseurs, so they know they do it in different places and like.
That's hilarious. Like, I'm a sleepy. Sometimes I like to sleep in, like, a chair.
Yeah.
Is that funny?
Or park bench.
Park bench? Yeah, and then you're just homeless.
Homeless people are just sleepy.
They're sleepies.
Technology is amazing. They keep giving us so many more gigs. You know, like now, my computer currently has a terabyte, which is 1,000 gigs, and I was blown away. I'm like, this is incredible. I can have so many pictures on it now. I'm like, how big is a picture now? They're like, a gig.
Which way do you think? Left?
It has an image on the.
Like, if that image is like that, do I make it look like that?
Yes,
or
you do.
All right.
You can take it out.
I'd be lost without you. Should I press the button?
No, your gate's off.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm taking a left.
Good. You take a left here and then.
I wrote all this shit this week, by the way. I'm doing a thing. I'm trying to write 60 minutes in a week, but that's fine.
Should I turn left?
I think you should go straight.
So just know that these aren't polished, but as we just saw, exit row is fucking gold.
Oh, you get stuck.
Right. Now we gotta do a Yui.
That's fine.
Right.
We don't want to do that. We want to go that way.
Right.
We want to get on that little.
No, but this is
shoot,
only a
we
Yui.
Yeah, because a lot of you guys are funnier than me. I'm just good at public speech and packaging the shit. I'm like UPS. I don't make the shit. I just deliver it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a lot of like trolley car lanes and bullshit.
But then you come to LA and white people are like, the Trader Joe's, they said not to say that. I'm like, you have no experience.
Left?
Actually, you can go either way. I don't really.
I'm just gonna take a fucking right.
Fly somewhere. Hang out with people that don't have your opinion for fucking one day. Don't go to Kauai this year. Go to fucking Cleveland where people are fat and hungry at the same time. It'll blow your mind.
After tonight, I'm starting to think that like maybe my wording was off, but like maybe a lot of people aren't as engaged in this like insanity of PC shit as like LA.
My wife's brother is going to a school, very good school, and we visited him, and in his dorm were all these big posters about that it's a culture, not a costume. Yeah, and it was like a dude in a sombrero with a mustache, which is a hilarious costume. I love that. And they're like, it's a culture, not a costume. And I was thinking, like vampires, like that hurts Romanians.
I just think, to be honest, I think you're reaching with the example stereotypes.
Mimes. You ever see a mime? Imagine if someone was like, my cousin is mute. It's like,
You mean like Filipino nurses?
Yeah.
and sexy nurses, listen. Now you're taking Filipinos' culture. A lot of nurses are Filipinos. That's the joke. Like,
Filipino nurses potentially could be good, But I think like the Armenian werewolf.
And when werewolves offend Armenians.
That's like kind of mean.
It's not mean. I wish I had more hair. I can't grow beards, and you love beards.
You can grow a beard.
I can grow kind
Trust
of a
me,
beard.
I like what
Baby,
you,
like,
you get.
When I make fun of a group of people, it's because I'm like mildly jealous.
Yeah.
Like Smurfs, it's like my father died of hypothermia. Because I'm not saying that they're like bad hairy. I'm saying it's like
Because you also don't reference men. You say like.
Oh, see, I would never even think of that.
Yeah, because I think like Armenian women would be like that.
Yeah, I'm not even like I would never even think of that.
Take him out of the mood.
Oh. Yeah,
I mean, from someone who has to wax her mustache, I don't like being reminded of it.
And your vagina.
And my vagina. I don't like it.
No, I'm only thinking about like one friend who's Armenian.
Yeah. No, I mean like it is a fact. Like they're hairier. Like they have thick, nice hair.
There's nothing wrong with hair. I love your beautiful vagina hair. I put a video on Facebook asking people what they wanted me to talk about. Friends and fans all sent in videos.
Hey Owen, I challenge you to do a joke about riding the bike 10 miles. Do it.
Maybe 10 kilometers, but I'll give it a shot. Check out some more joke requests.
I was thinking you could do a joke about how feuds are fought mostly online nowadays rather than how they were back during the Hatfields and McCoys. All right, thank you.
It's a good question. I've noticed that a lot. People can have a lot of balls when they're online. I call them Wi-Fi balls. I checked out some YouTube clips. This one was a child playing the piano. This was Dora the Explorer. People can be mean. If that's YouTube, how bad would YouPorn be? I bet they're terrible. That one's positive. She's supportive. Wow, everyone's really nice on here. This dude's disappointed. Actually, no, he's still positive. Even though this guy cares about the plot, he's still understanding. My brother's jokes are great, but they require props.
Hey, OB. I thought of some more topics I think that might be good for you to cover in your act. I don't think you talk about Bieber enough. You know, the power and the evolution of it. For example, that's powerful Bieber. And Dick? More Dick. A lot of people don't know who that is, actually. Talk about how a lot of people don't even know who Dick is. Like young people.
Too tasty.
Hey Owen, I'm at a stop sign right now. It'd be cool to write a joke about why people consider donuts breakfast.
You mean cops? The best thing about exercise is when the serotonin kicks in. It's like a morphine drip. Everything slows down. Everything becomes very peaceful, tranquil. They call it flow. Everything feels so good. The sun is amazing.
Hey Owen, big fan. Brea native, I'll be there. Want to hear a joke or at least a funny story about the difference between your regular friends and your famous friends? Thanks, bud. Good luck.
Famous friends are worse with drywall and airport pickups. Other than that, no difference. I'm so happy I have hands. I love water. Sand is really soft. Air is great.
My question for you to ponder is if the asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs never would have hit Earth, what would we look like today?
Nothing, because we wouldn't be here. I'm so happy about that asteroid. I was doing a guest spot on the new Tyrese show on the Owen channel. Looks like they just put up my parking sign. Stage looks awesome. Very excited. Little early for sound check, so I hit the green room. All green rooms have the same thing. Snacks, lamp, mirror, coat hanger, monitor, second mirror. Mirrors are very important because there's a lot of downtime. I spent 3 hours trying to get my eye to line up with the thing. I do the sound check, more downtime with the mirror. Now I head to the Soho House, an exclusive Beverly Hills club. The members are awesome, they're very wealthy. Like, dudes love orders. Tell us what you want, we'll do it. That's why we're here. We can't make life. You know, we just like move things around that are heavy. Like heavy shelves. Makes me feel really good. Not the dudes in this room, they're like, I'm a beautiful boy. Show was a blast. They like being made fun of. I get a text message from Kevin from earlier. I click on it.
Roll the Dice by Charles Bukowski.
Little depressing. I don't think I can handle that right now. I'm in a really good mood. It's been a wonderful day. Walking into the Improv is the best. It's the greatest club in the world. They even painted me on the wall. It's supposed to be me. I look like a Neanderthal next to Steve Byrne and Amy Schumer. The guy who painted it specializes in whales. It's a true story. Sea life. No matter what happens tonight, I know I got my new foodie joke.
So what are you good at? They're like, eating.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be here. I'm working on some new stuff. Let's get right into it. I think life is very good these days. You got your ticket. You got your checks. It sucks. It's a bummer. You want a shot to get? I'll get you a shot. Whatever you want. What's your favorite shot? Do you guys know how amazing that is? Imagine telling someone from the Middle Ages that you're a foodie. And they're like, so what do you do? Do you make swords? Like, what are you good at? They're like, eating. Yeah. Okay, Halloween came out recently.
Roll the Dice by Charles Bukowski. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start.
Me and my wife are trying to figure out how to not get in arguments, and I think we cracked the code. The best way to do it is when you're about to fight, start lisping, because it's funny. We have a rule now where it's like if someone starts raising their voice, you gotta lisp it. Or it's like, I seriously don't fucking appreciate, and then everyone laughs. And then you realize it's not that big of a deal, whatever you were mad about. You know, you like that one. Yeah, people that have love in their life like that.
If you're going to try, go all the way.
And then I started thinking about it. If you think that way, everything's offensive. Like vampires are offensive to Romanians. Because that's where Transylvania is. Nothing. All right.
This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind.
1991. I was wearing velour pants. Yeah, be uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you guys.
Go all the way. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail.
I'm not a violent man.
It could mean derision, mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, is shit like a wormhole now? Or is it just super late on a Tuesday? Is that the deal? Little both, it is, right?
Of how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it. Despite rejection and the worst odds.
You will? With what? What are you gonna murder me with? What are you gonna do? I'll kick you in the fucking head. Like hard. He's not gonna do shit about it.
And it will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, Go all the way.
Right? My computer can now have 1,000 gigs of memory. It's called a terabyte, 1,000 gigs. And so now a picture is 1 gig. So I have the same amount of pictures as before. Yeah, I'm taking risks.
There is no other feeling like that. And the nights will flame with fire. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. All the way. All the way.
I love you. Good night, everybody.
You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start.
The next day I was sad, but there's nothing like having coffee with somebody you love.
That's awesome. Yeah. Should we get some non-alcoholic tequila for you? so we can do like hard shots, but like nothing happens.
Yeah, so I can have like a hangover the next day, but not have
any fun. I'm waiting for it to come.
The tension is killing me.
Oh yeah, come on. Come on, I'm almost there, baby. Yeah. Here we go. Come on. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, slap that ass. Here it comes. Oh yeah. Oh. Am I embarrassing you again?
I don't know. I like that. I can do that.
You did? That turned you out a little? Now it's time to drink it.
Yeah. Does it look like that Marina Dentistry tooth is flicking people off?
Where?
At the top of the tower?
Yeah, it's giving us the bird. If we're optimistic, it's giving cavities the bird. It's kind of like, screw you, cavities.
That's funny. You got a green.
Oh, nice. That could be a game called Red Light, Green Light, where you jerk me at every red light.
Oh, yeah.
And then every green light, I get pulled over and get charged with like a sex crime. it only lasts 1 round of red light, green light, and like it goes on my record.
It's kind of bizarre.
You got your phone, right?
Yep. I guess I'll just take my coffee with me. Alright, goodbye.
I love you.
Look at all these other women getting dropped off at the mall.
One of the things I really appreciate about just your humor, your stand-up, your personhood, I guess. You think about a lot of things. You sometimes overanalyze.
Yeah, for sure, definitely overanalyze.
You know,
you have to account for factors. One of your friends kills themselves that day, but you're headlining an improv. Yeah. Like, you have to know how to switch on funny. A lot of your instincts are wrong. It's like, you look out your window, the earth is flat. Stand-up, especially because there's such a high level of fear response. When you're up there and let's say the crowd doesn't laugh at something, it's so easy and common. I see it all the time and I've done it a ton, where the comic's like, oh, you can't handle it, huh? Yeah. You guys can't handle my truth. The crowd is hammered, or they're like from France. I'll perceive them not laughing and be like, oh, you, what, because I can't talk about werewolves?
Yeah.
These are $18 or goes too much.
What's that?
$18.
No, those are good.
Alright. I just figured like good, like nicer shoes and like my work.
Yeah. No, shoes are important.
Running at night is sweet, especially if you live near the water. Because fortunately, you can grab it right at that perfect time, right as the sun just went away, right as it's night, but you can still see it. It's this perfect time. And if you run there, there's such a better payoff. If you feel small, go to the water at night, because it'll show you that everything's small, including your fears and your enemies. Fuck yeah. That night at the Improv, I got to meet up with my best friend since childhood. Remember Pat? He's kicking ass out here, by the way. Crushing. And people you've known for 30 years have a way of reminding you what life's all about. It's just a feeling where you're just like, oh yeah, we used to draw pictures of nunchucks in your attic. What the fuck am I worried about?
Are offensive because of, Armenian men. Ghosts offend the Ku Klux Klan. Vampires, of course, offend gay guys. Ant-Man, Asians, because they're small. And of course, zombies, it's offensive to the culture that thinks Halloween is offensive. If you don't get it, you're a zombie. And of course, women offended actual prostitutes. Because it's a career, it's not a costume. If you're gonna dress like a whore, you better suck dick for cash. It's a hashtag with 100 million things. What are they called? Hits. Yeah, hashtags. I already said that part. That's fine. No, you're a good person. I'm last. It's not your fault that I'm fucking 30th on a lineup. Everyone's been drinking like you should be, as I am, but she's small. So it hit her pretty hard. So she just repeated what I said. It's not her fault. That's right. That's a battle cry of the whole generation. It's not my fault. Limited liability. Anyway, foodies.
I also did a joke I wrote several months before just to feel that crush feeling again, because frankly I was sick of bombing.
All right, this one's called the 405. My blinker's on. Please let me merge. Yeah, now it's time to unleash. My lane ends in 500 feet. I will be fine. He doesn't budge, but that's okay. I still have time. 300 feet. Just let me fit. 100 feet, you piece of shit. Now I am mad. I start to go. I hope you know I'm loco. I will not stop. My window's down, my fingers up. I start to sweat. I see no cops. I'll bump your car, nothing to lose. You drive up Benz, it's brand new. My car's got no resale value. You back down now, your bitch ass is in my rear view.
Thursday through Saturday was a blur. 5 shows, Brea, California. I'm not going to play it all chronologically by day because frankly I can't keep it all straight.
Owen, I challenge you to write a song about well-made desks. The sturdy ones, you know what I mean? Well-made desks. Write a good one, buddy.
Jokes are like puzzles, except while you're solving them, it's acceptable to drink beers.
It's a good call to get a desk from IKEA if you never plan on fucking on it.
Writing can feel like digging in the sand.
Hey Owen, my name is Nick. I'm from Washington. I'm 19 years old. Good. Try and do a joke about chickens. I don't think I've ever seen anyone pull off a joke about chickens.
How funny would it be if we found out that chickens just need bifocals?
The really shitty locks on kids' diaries.
This is the thing about those stupid little kid lock diaries. The best way to show that you have something someone wants to read is by putting a lock on it. They won't read the math notebook, but the lock they will.
Or Fun Dip.
I like Fun Dip a lot more than I should.
Good luck.
Just keep on digging. Just keep digging.
Because I like a loofah. She doesn't do loofah or hands. Towel. She says hands are the way to go. So loofah in the shower, a little hand towel in the shower, or nothing.
I don't own any washcloths because I feel like they're kind of like the condom of the shower. And I like to feel it when I get that dirt off, you know what I mean?
Why smart is the new sexy. But in your jokes, you can't use the words smart or sexy.
Like IQ used to stand for intelligence quotient, now stands for intercourse quality. It's all about brain girth.
Feed the bear, feed the bear, feed the bear.
Hi, Owen Bay. I'm interested in learning about your sex faces.
Hi, OB. I have a suggestion for your challenge. How about tickling?
Instead of making fun of the basic bitch, why don't you make fun of the basic dick?
Because I've done these experiments. Like, go do an experiment. And the guy's looking at him like you mean log into Facebook? Like BuzzFeed?
Something about the United States Merchant Marine.
I love being American.
Jumps around, contradicting himself.
I was like, hey asshole! Don't talk to that fucking bitch like that! I'm bad because I didn't know her name.
Owen Benjamin, what's going on? It's your man Roy Wood Jr. I want you to talk about the pros and cons of being in crowded places and how you have to navigate around people versus being in a small town or a quiet place. Which do you prefer? Joke challenge!
Owen, it's your pal. And so here's what I'm thinking. On June 30th, 1908.
The Tunguska event in 1908 flattened 800 square miles in Siberia.
A meteor struck in what is now Siberia in Russia. Fucked up a lot of stuff. It's known as the Tunguska event, I believe it's called. And they never found the impact site.
No crater.
Let's see it. Let's see what you got, pal.
So the Tunguska thing is a fucking train wreck.
Let's hear the joke on this one. A funny man.
She used to always ask me what I was thinking when we first started dating. She's like, what are you thinking about? And I'd be like, nothing. And then she'd only want to know more. She's like, what is it? I tell him. The best way to get them to stop doing it is just tell them, because it's so stupid. Like one time, she was like, what are you thinking about? I was like, the Tunguska event? She was like, what's that? Like a fun party? I was like, no, it was an asteroid that hit Siberia in 1908, but there was no impact crater. All the trees were leveled. She was like, don't tell me what you think about anymore. And then I was like, do you know why glue doesn't stick to the bottle? She's like, go, just leave me alone.
I think that's how you say it, Tunguska. If that's not how you say it, well, there's your first joke component. But after that, let's see what sort of meteorite humor you have, buddy. Bye.
All right, OB, I got a challenge for you.
Josh is my neighbor and friend. Hilarious. Excited he sent me a video. He did a live Why Didn't They Laugh with me and Fitzsimmons.
I've heard you do comedy about a couple of topics in particular on multiple occasions. Your size.
I'm 6'7", right?
Guilty.
And your dogs.
Dog people or happier people?
As charged.
I'd like to take those out of the mix and go to the opposite side and hear you do some comedy about cats and small people, such as myself. No more crutches of height and canines.
It's hard for me to empathize with short people because I haven't been short since I was in middle school. But it's worth a try. My rich friends always tell me to get into art and real estate. I don't think they understand that that's not really possible unless you're rich. I think that's kind of similar to how short people feel around shelves.
Trying to reach a shelf, and I'm just like, just use your hand. And they're like, I should get a step stool. It's like, no, you gotta do it yourself. That's how I did it. Watch this. See? I did it because of my spirit. It's because I'm special. It's like, keep trying, little man. You'll get there. I can do it just with my hand. He's not good enough. It's because he's not trying hard enough. The fact he's 5'5" never enters my fucking narcissistic brain.
Wait a minute, did he say crutch?
No more crutches of...
Just to be sure, I looked up crutch, and it is very negative. Yeah, the word crutch is kind of a dick comment. A temporary and inappropriate support supplement. Example, he uses liquor as a psychological crutch.
Let's go small and feline. Good luck.
All right, asshole. Here comes a cat song.
I am a cat. This is my day. I see a... Yeah. I see a bird up in the tree, I want it dead. It flies away, but that's okay, I kill yarn instead. Human awake, for goodness sake. Don't know how much more I can take. My eyes look fucking insane. You come at me, I start to flee. Just do your job and scoop my pee. Then I purr a bit, I'm like a clit, play hide and seek. Something like that. I scratch the screen and act real mean. Now I wanna play, then I run away. Catnip's got me lit. I'm so fucking lit. Clean my shit. Something like that. I can't remember. It'll be good though. It'll be good.
You're like a quarter. Half Asian? What's the other half? American? I mean, we all know that doesn't mean anything. What's that? German Irish. Oh, it's white. You can just say white. An American, I'm like, sorry for taking your land. Like, that's a whole different thing. Latin American, that doesn't mean anything either. You know it doesn't mean anything. All right, anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah.
Full Asian. Aren't you Filipino and Japanese? Pacific Islander. Interesting. Yeah, I can see that. I don't see color. I don't see barriers, bro. We're all the same. Coming out tonight, everybody. I promised myself I wouldn't go back in time, but there's a song you may remember from back in the day. It's dedicated to all the wonderful Filipinos they've been mislabeled as Asian for far too long. They're actually Pacific Islanders, unlike Japan, which is an island in the Pacific Ocean. It's called OTPHJ. You're in a Walgreens, and your girl is looking. Found out we're pregnant. She's pregnant, which is awesome. Yeah. And I can't help myself. Every now and then, like, someone will just come up, because now she has a little bump. Someone will come up and just be like, oh my God, congratulations. And I can't help myself. I'm just like, I made that with my cock. And my wife was like, why don't you seem as into having sex with me? And I was like, I didn't want to tell her because it's a little embarrassing. She was like, just tell me. I'm like, I don't want to. She's like, tell me. I'm like,
You bone, like the baby, like my ween gets near the baby.
ever since I found out about the pregnancy, I feel like I'm hitting my son in the face with my dick.
It makes me very uncomfortable.
I think it's fine. I don't think you're coming on his face.
Yeah, he must see the penis as like a very ineffective intruder.
So she was like, ask your doctor about it. So I did, and I asked my doctor, I'm like, Doc, what's going on with this? Am I possibly high-fiving my unborn son with my penis? And my doctor was like, no, you're fine. It's not even close. It doesn't come close to the fetus. And I stared at him for a little while, and I didn't know how to phrase this.
Like it keeps trying to get in. Like imagine if someone keeps trying to break into your house and it just keeps going forward and back and forward and
just
back.
Just pops their head in.
Yeah, just hello, hello, hello.
But I was like, he's Asian? So I wanted to be like, whose dick are we talking about here, Doc? Like, are you speaking from like personal experience? As I've heard, you guys don't get much past the zipper. I'm just kidding. I only say that. I used to work at a sushi restaurant, so I have a little animosity towards Japanese people, but that's it. I'm sure they have fine dicks. In my head, I always want to take a shot. Dude, I'll tell you who's tough as hell are Filipinos. I'm 6'7". I once got the shit beat out of me by a 5'4" Filipino. Beat the fuck out of me. Yeah, those bastards are tough as shit. At first, you're like, easy little guy, and then they're like, wham, 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 and you're like, Jesus, fuck. And I know why. It's because all their moms are nurses. So they fix them up, send them right back out. Kick some more ass. Yeah, Halloween was intense. Everyone had outrage because of outfits. Like the big thing around college campuses was it's a culture, not a costume. And so they get mad at white people wearing like sombreros or like those rice patty hats or any of those big hats. Yeah, I think it's way more racist to say that all Mexicans wear sombreros. Do you understand my line of thinking? Where it's like, don't wear the sombrero because that's their hat. It's like, what? You think that's like their hat? It's the same way. I want a sombrero. I want a rice patty hat because I don't like the sun. That's a killer hat for white people. You got to have that big old brim. And then I started thinking every costume is offensive to some group of people. Like everything. Like werewolves offend Armenian men. And of course, when women dress as sexy nurses, Filipino moms get outraged. That's their outfit, not yours.
Hey Owen, it's Greg Fitzsimmons. Thank you for asking me to be a part of this project. Very exciting. I've been thinking hard about a premise that might be good for you, that's specific.
We're trying to think of names. As soon as they said it was a boy, we're like, oh, sweet. And we said, because like names will set the tone for your whole life, you know?
And I thought, well, your name is interesting. Owen Benjamin. It's two guys' names mushed up against each other. And I thought, well, are there other guys like that? And I thought, yeah, there's Barney, Frank.
Benedict. Benedict means you're either going to be really into eggs or you're going to snitch to the Brits. You know, that when I meet a Benedict, I'm like, that's a coward, that's a traitor, or that's a guy that loves brunch. Like, I already have this in my head.
Elton John.
You know, Todd, if it's Todd, he's going to wear a lot of khakis.
George Michael. Michelangelo.
Jared. No, right? There's been a few too many Jareds that are bad. You got Jared from Subway, bad, but you also have Diamond Guy Jared, which is also annoying. She went to Jared. Yeah, well, tell Jared to go fuck himself. Fuck Jared.
Neil Patrick Harris, that's three mushed up against each other right there.
But also, if you name your child Greg, they will for sure be gay.
And then, of course, Andy Dick. So,
I've never met a Greg that wasn't gay. Yeah, if there's any Gregs in this crowd right now that just got offended, it's time to tell your family the real deal. It's time to stop hiding. It's all good.
I would explore that comedically, maybe on a personal level. Take a look at that and see what you come up with. So, good luck.
I tried 60 minutes. A lot of it was garbage. I'd say about 35 to 40 minutes the crowd enjoyed. 15 minutes they fucking were confused. In 5 minutes they wanted to end my life. They physically wanted to hurt me. But I did it. And in the end of the day, the bits don't matter. The shows don't matter. The laughs don't matter. The boos don't matter. What matters is the people that want to hang with you after and grab a bite.